Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about cryptocurrency in general. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. Hopefully I won't have any epic fails, but if I do, that might be a source of entertainment for some of you. I'm just kind of flabbergasted here because I was just preparing everything before we got started and my lights weren't working. Ah, they're working now. Hey, okay. Let's get this party started. Oh man. Bad news. Here I come. Yay, there I am. Yeah, all right. All right, so sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. I forgot to change out of my threadbare Bitcoin shirt from 2017. Trying to get everything up and running here. Apparently the sound is working. That's good. I couldn't get my phone to pair. That's the problem I was having, and my key lights weren't working. So, of course, it was like 5:56 or something, and I had to reboot my computer. Happens to me. I am holding in my hand a glass of organic cider that I purchased at the farmer's market this morning, and it is like so good. It's like the closest thing that I've ever come to actually drinking an apple. It feels like I just took a huge bite of an apple. So good. And then I also got some cherry walnut sourdough bread this morning. That was really good. And of course, fresh tomatoes. But disappointingly, no cherries. Cherries are gone, man. The cherry season in Michigan is short and fleeting. It starts in the first week of January, and then the last week of first week of July. And then at the end of the last week of July, yeah, it's a little sketchy. August, no more cherries. Too bad. All right, so welcome everybody. I hope, let's see, where am I? Am I live? Yes. The Charlie Brown of crypto. I used to love Charlie Brown when I was a kid, but my favorite character was Linus. Okay, so let's pop out chat here. Let's get this over here. And let's get this over here. What in God's name? New pin chat. You can now pin a message to the top of your live chat. Okay. They're telling me stuff I know. All right, let's go over here. Hey. Oh, Lord. Wow. Okay. Things are not okay in Denmark. All right, let's get this going. There we go. Wow. Whee! And then I had to relaunch my browser. Everything went crazy. What am I doing here? Come on, baby. Please launch Brave. I'm begging you. There we go. Whew. Okay, here we go. All right, so thank you again for joining me, everybody. Buddy is here. Scott and Dan Westra were here earlier. I don't know if they're still around. If they are, thanks for being here. Oh, Dan's still here. Cool. Barbara K is here again. Thank you so much for joining us, Barbara. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging with me when I was deplatformed temporarily through no fault of my own. Okay, so I am here. So I'm going to jump into the news. Oh, before we do, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just get this out of the way. So I have a bunch of affiliate links down here below, which I wholeheartedly recommend to anyone that's interested in crypto. Crypto.com is an account that I've been using for several years now, a great partnership with them. Ledger, work pretty closely with the company over at Ledger on their stuff. Trezor, the good people at Trezor were so kind. I was looking through my videos and I looked at the last time I had done a Trezor video, and it had been a while. I don't remember. It was coming up on a year. and I wanted to do some, and that was just a video on how to use Trezor. And so I sent them an email and I said, hey, I'd like to do some unboxing videos for Trezor products. Would you mind sending me a couple of Trezors and some Trezor stuff? And they did. They were very nice. So I've done a couple of recent videos on the Trezor One, which is their, their standard cryptocurrency hardware wallet. And then I also did a video on the Trezor T, which is a little bit more of a premium. And I really appreciate them sending me their products so that I could do these unboxing videos and these demo videos. And let's see, we've got the Hodler line of clothing, which is pretty cool. I'm not wearing a Hodler shirt tonight. There's the Ledger Starter Pack if you're just getting going. You might want to check that out. We've got BlockFi, a high-interest Bitcoin account for earning interest on your Bitcoin, a little in kind of in the crosshairs of regulators lately. COINTRACKER for tracking your all your transactions, all your trades, all your transfers, your wallets back and forth, and helping you to make sense of it all and keep track of it all and do your taxes. I've been using it for the last 3 returns. I'm still working on 2020. It was kind of a lot of crypto transactions in 2020, so I have to go through they give you a report, right? And there's a whole bunch of like these transactions need review. So it's not completely automatic, but it does a pretty good job. And NordVPN, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance US. I'm going to work with Coinbase and Binance US tonight for sure. I don't know about Kraken, maybe. Brave browser, which is my go-to browser for privacy and security and ad blocking, all that good stuff. And my email is down here. If you guys want to shoot me an email, please shoot me an email. If you have a problem, question, anything, I'll do my best to reply if it's concise. And I want to talk about independence a little bit tonight, but not right now. Okay, so, and then down a little further, we've got news stories that I'm going to talk about tonight. So let's get into that first one, which is, let's see what we got. Whoops. Let's see what we got over here. Senate goes to war over crypto taxation. I don't know that you would call it a war, but I think that it's pretty cool that a $1 trillion appropriations bill, which is one of those what they call must-pass bills, is being held up to a certain extent over crypto regulation. That was kind of like, I'm going to see if I can get this video out of here. Good. So it was there was invariably in all these bills, and the way the government works now, they throw in all these amendments which have nothing to do with the bill that is being passed. But actually, this amendment doesn't really violate that rule, but that does kind of bother me when, it's like the budget bill, and then they're throwing in something on like gas taxes or, horse breeding or whatever, all these pork. But that's not really what happened. Is this giant bill that needs to pass for this infrastructure bill. If Congress is going to spend money, they're going to say, okay, here's what we're going to spend all this money on, right? That's part of the bill. They have to haggle over that. And then they also have to say, well, where are we going to get the money for all this, right? So they have to include a lot of pay for features, what they would call pay for features for these bills. So to justify them, right? And so they said, and we talked about this last week, they're like, hey, let's put in crypto tax regulation. All right. And then, we'll get, I think it's $28 billion over the next 10 years, right? Which is okay, fine. You want to do that? That's great. But then they rushed in some amendment that was supposed to clarify what a broker was or something of that nature. And it was very poorly worded. And so now there are 2 competing revisions to that amendment. One of them is the Toomey, Cynthia Loomis, Ron Wyden, which is highly supported by the crypto industry, Coinbase, Kraken, a bunch of exchanges and have sent me emails about how important this amendment is to the crypto industry. These tax regulations will stifle innovation in the crypto industry in the U.S. They're overly intrusive to the people that are going to have to comply, and they're also increase financial surveillance. So they're just not good. And, it just goes to show that the Congress, we've talked about this too, they don't really get crypto, right? They look at it as like revenue. I was reading an article earlier about, marijuana legalization didn't really occur till the states saw, oh, we can make a lot of money, so boom, let's legalize marijuana. The lottery, which is basically a poor tax, it is, bringing in billions of dollars into these state coffers, even though it's destroying the lives of poor people who really could use the money. They're being sucked into these lotteries. So, all of this vice that's being promoted by the government in order to generate revenue or accepted by the government. There was one other thing, I can't remember what it was. So here we go. Now they've been bashing crypto for so long, and now they finally see some dollar signs. They're like, oh, we can get some money here. So maybe we should, legitimize crypto, and we'll tax it and regulate it and all this stuff. There's one elephant that's in the room here about this legislation, and that they are assuming that people are not paying their crypto taxes. That's just their assumption. They don't know whether that's true or not. That's just the meat. Doggone it, I can't think of the word. That is the narrative that crypto people are getting into crypto to avoid taxes. That's not the case. I pay my tax. I pay all my crypto tax. It's not easy either. I mean, I have to go through a lot of work to go through all my transactions and make sure they're quantified right and everything. I get paid in crypto by a lot of, some of my affiliates. So it's a pain. But why are they assuming that, everybody involved in crypto is trying to avoid taxes? There's no, hard data behind that assumption. So they're just assuming that there's $28 billion worth of crypto taxes over the next 10 years that people would have not been paying, which is just an assumption, really. And they already have a lot of crypto tax reporting requirements already in place. So I just wanted to bring that up. So anyway, this is pretty important. The Cynthia Loomis, Ron Wyden, and Pat Toomey one. Now I've got some other. Let's go to the next one here. Oh, but the interesting thing that we could, the thing that we're really. Let's see if I can find. Of course, that's not the one. I can't find the one that I wanted to talk to you guys about. This guy. Yeah. This is actually written by the Congresswoman. Here we go. Yeah, this is written by Cynthia Loomis. So this is a great article that will give you a more in-depth view of exactly what's at stake here and why she's, she helped author this amendment and why she's supporting it and what it has to do with taxes in the industry. So, but as I was going to say, all of this stuff is bringing a lot of attention to crypto, and it's legitimizing crypto in a lot of ways, right? The crypto market has been recovering over the last couple of weeks, right? We saw Bitcoin being range bound for like a month and a half, stuck in between like 32 and 36. And then it even like dipped back down below 30 just a few weeks back, actually, maybe not quite a month. And so it's been steadily marching up and has crossed 40, and then it crossed 42, and yesterday it crossed 43, and last night I noticed it had popped up over 44. Earlier this afternoon, within the last hour or so, I checked it on crypto.com, and it was 44.8. So, things are going good for crypto. And, there's a lot of controversy in this bill, but it's interesting that crypto legislation is holding up $1 trillion bipartisan bill in Congress, right? Who would have thought? So, yeah, I would recommend reading this one by Cynthia Loomis. Cynthia Loomis. And then another great article that I'd like to bring your attention to is from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. And it goes into the Electronic Frontier Foundation is a great organization that is devoted to protecting privacy and security of people in general, online, that kind of thing. So very prestigious organization, right? And they're talking about the financial surveillance ramifications of this legislation as is, right, without the amendment. Here are some of the things here. Require new surveillance of everyday users of cryptocurrency, force software creators and others who do not custody cryptocurrency for their users to implement cumbersome surveillance systems or stop offering services in the United States. This is kind of where we're at. We're at the point where, people in the U.S. are not going to be able to use crypto. I mean, that's kind of an extreme statement, unless they use a VPN or Tor or something like that, and it shouldn't be that way. People in the U.S. should have access to DeFi and wallets and exchanges and trading and whatever they want to do. It's their money, right? Of course, we want to protect people against fraud, and we want to make sure people pay their taxes. No one's saying that we shouldn't be paying our taxes, right? That's one of the key things that Cynthia Loomis says in this article. No one is arguing against paying taxes, right? We're all behind paying taxes, right? But what they're doing here is technically unfeasible in many respects, and overly burdensome and just wrong-headed in general, right? And then this article about the EFF talks about some of the things that this is going to happen with this legislation as is. Create more honeypots of private information about cryptocurrency users that could attract malicious actors. How many times have you heard about these big, huge databases with all these people's personal information getting hacked, right? The government and all these do-gooders want to say, oh yeah, we need to make sure there's no money laundering, no terrorism finance or whatever, so we got to collect the information of all these people, and they make no, and they're not storing it properly, right? It's when you've got all this personal information in these huge databases, they're just ripe for getting hacked. So respect people's financial independence and financial privacy. That would be a good start, right? Create more legal complexity to develop blockchain products or verifying transactions in the United States, right? So here we are. We're stifling developers that are creating new and innovative financial applications, like Uniswap, SushiSwap, DinoSwap, PancakeSwap, all these these kind of innovative financial platforms are being stifled in the U.S. For what, right? It doesn't make any sense. But, of course, I'm a believer. We're all believers. All right, and then let's see, what else do I have for you guys tonight? Let's see, let's do one more over here. I think maybe okay, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this. This is kind of a shocker. Brian Brooks, who was appointed CEO of Binance US just 3 or 4 short months ago, has resigned. We don't know exactly why. I mean, he said that it was a difference in strategic direction, whatever that means. It's like, I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. The way I run, you don't want you don't like the way I run this company. I'm out of here, right? Basically. But we don't know, right? Of course, there's all kinds of this is a good article because it talks about all of the speculation in the crypto. Oh, come on. Here we go. In the crypto industry over why he resigned, right? There's always going to be speculation. right? He may have resigned because he's a former regulator and his buddies are tipping him off that Binance is about to get heavy duty under assault by the regulators or whatever. Here was Brian Brooks knows something big, right? Whatever. And then I think, and he's only been a few months, so I mean, you don't just quit a major job like that after 4 months unless something's odd, right? Something's not right. The regulatory scrutiny that Binance, the parent company, has been receiving might have something to do with it. We don't know for sure. He did mention that he didn't think exchanges were profitable long-term businesses. So it may just be like he doesn't believe in the business model of Binance US or cryptocurrency exchanges. We don't really know. He hasn't said anything. Although I should point out that Binance said something about it and congratulated him. I remain confident of Binance US's. This is CZ Changpeng Zhao. I don't see. He doesn't mention his name here, but he said, "Oh, good luck, all that good stuff to him, to Brian." But a sharp contrast to how they treated Catherine Coley when they replaced her with Brian. They just made the announcement that this guy was taking over Binance US without even mentioning Catherine Coley or saying goodbye to her, or probably even telling her, right? She probably just woke up one morning and looked at her Twitter feed and was like, ah. So she just was probably bitter. So she's kind of dropped off the face of Twitter. A very bad way to handle that kind of transition, right? Could be the culture thing. Binance is a Chinese company run by the Chinese mindset, right? Not trying to sound racist or anything here, but every country has its own culture and the way they do business and the way they interact with people, and not always compatible with the business model of the U.S. or the business culture of the U.S. and that kind of stuff. So I think it was a real bad misstep the way they treated Catherine Coley, and now here this guy's just jumping ship now. So I don't know what are they going to do. Bring her back? We don't know. So anyway, that's the news here. I'm looking over here at the feed. I'm just going to try and scan it to see if anybody's in dire need at the moment. Trezor won't connect to Yori. Doesn't work with Yori. How about you, Rex? I'll try. I can try that. I think I have. Oops. Let me see here. I don't know if this is the right Trezor T. My problem is I have so many devices laying around, but I can try. I did manage to get my Trezor T to work with my Daedalus wallet, so maybe we'll try with Ada. Let me write that down here. It's gonna. All right. There's a couple things I want to do tonight. I'd like to maybe get started because they might take a bit. Thanks for the Trezor upload today. I'm almost 1 year into crypto. I have Trezor T and Ledgers, both S and X. Cool, Barbara. It's good to. Can you explain ETH burning coins matters? No matter how many they burn, they can still create an infinite amount, correct? Yes, that is true. They can create more. I don't know what the mechanism for creating more Ethereum is. I know currently it is mined by miners, and it's proof of work, but they are switching over to the proof of stake, which although it isn't constantly creating more Ethereum tokens, there is a philosophy of maybe not creating more as a rule, right? I think they can always vote more in, but the fundamental thing that you're saying seems to be true, or I would assume that it's true, is that burning creates scarcity, right? When you burn tokens, you're reducing the supply and creating scarcity. And your reply to that is, well, can't they just create infinitely more? And I think they could, but I don't know that they will. And I don't know that they can do that unless they have consensus once they get over to 2.0. right? So I think in principle the burning is looked at as a good thing. Big mystery on the disconnection between BNB tokens and Ledger. Why are they depriving us of storage of our BNB tokens? Yes, Ledger does have a BNB app that you can install, but it only works on the regular Binance chain. And the only way you can see those tokens is using the Binance DEX, which is blocked in the US unless you're using a VPN. So it's kind of sketchy. And there's no Binance Smart Chain support on the Ledger as far as I know. You can connect your Ledger to a Binance Smart Chain account in MetaMask, but I don't know that it works properly as it should, right? We can play around with that a little bit, but you're right, there's scant support for BNB. There's no BNB support in the account interface in Ledger Live at all, right? So I get it. Kraken made it easy to call you your senator. Just got their number. Yes, I did. I called both of my Michigan senators. One of them I left a message, and the other one I filled out a web form. And I even veered a little from the script and explained who I am, what I do a little bit, just to give it a little personality. And but yeah, I called and I told them I was in support of the Wyden Toomey Loomis. I had heard it was the Wyden Toomey Loomis, and she calls it the Loomis Wyden Toomey Amendment, right? Well, she wrote the article. She can put her name first. Yeah, so yeah, you can call your senator. Like I said, all those emails that I got from Kraken and Coinbase and blockchain, they were all giving me links to contact my senators, local senators. So yeah, I did that. I would recommend you guys do that too if you believe in this amendment, which I do. If the keys to a wallet have been compromised, can the other wallets get attached? Coins taken. This is the same Ledger Live as the compromised one is on. If the keys to a wallet have been compromised, can the other wallets get attached or coins taken that is on the same Ledger Live as the compromised one is on? I think what you're saying is one of your ledgers has compromised keys. But you also are managing more than one ledger in Ledger Live, if I'm hearing this question correctly. And if that is the case, then the answer is no. If you have a compromised account, oh, that's looking good. Financial. This is the one I don't want you guys to see, right? Okay, let's hit that. Okay. Whoops. No, that's what was it. What did I want to do? I wanted to delete that, right? Too late. Okay. You can manage more than one device in Ledger Live, and you can attach different devices and create different accounts, right? So when you're in Ledger Live, you can go to Add Account and choose a crypto, and it's okay, you need to attach your device, right? So whatever device you attach is the one that it creates an account for. So at this moment, I have my Ledger Nano X connected. So if I choose Add Account, it's going to create an account based on this ledger, right? The private key, the master private key on this device will generate additional wallets, Bitcoin wallets or whatever, and they'll all be associated with the master private key of this device. Now, that master private key is also saved in human readable format in your 24-word recovery phrase. So if that phrase has been compromised and you just stop using this device and connect a different device, like for example, my Ledger Nano X, or I'm sorry, my Ledger Nano Black, wherever it went, here's one. That's an account that's based on a different Ledger device. These accounts are not susceptible. Just because they're in the same copy of Ledger Live doesn't mean that they're at risk, right? So, but here's the thing. If whatever accounts you have that are associated with this device that just got compromised, however it got compromised, you need to move all of the crypto you can off of the accounts associated with this device. And then for your own sanity, just delete them out of Ledger Live. You're not going to need them anymore, right? If it's been compromised, you'll need to empty them out. Of course, you'll have to pay some fees to do that, but get them out, get all the crypto out of the accounts on here, and just delete the accounts out of Ledger Live. You saw me just delete an account, right? I can always recreate that account by connecting the device and scanning for, wallets, but not on a compromised device. I'll clue you in on a story. If I can find it here, let's take a look at this. Mirror. I think this is it. Oops. Is that it? There it is. Okay. Check out this video. Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to set up. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit to this. I'm showing you how to set up a ledger. And I'm doing a restore from recovery phrase, I believe. Am I doing that? What am I doing here? Okay, so here we go. Watch this video. All right. Word number 1, file. Oop. Word number... Come on, Rex. What I'm trying to get at is, in this particular video, I am restoring a seed for this demo onto a second device. And if you watch this video carefully, and word by word, and I can barely do it, right? Because you have to like go by it frame by frame. You will see that I have revealed every single word in my 24-word recovery phrase. Now, when I made this particular video, I used B-roll that I had previously recorded. And I believe the first time I used that footage, I was blurring out the words. Well, this time, I just used the raw B-roll footage to show this restore process, thinking to myself that, this phrase is like, was a throwaway phrase, right? I created it and then I never used it. Wrong. As it turns out, this recovery phrase was the recovery phrase for my Ledger Nano X, my go-to Ledger Nano X that had like lots of crypto on it. Lots. I mean, I had like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I had ADA. I had all kinds of crypto on there. And someone had sent me an email and they said, you revealed your phrase. And I thought he was talking about, let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to be able to find it. Let's see. At some point, I held up a card. I don't remember where. Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. Oh, there. No. Come on, Rex. We're going to open up this device and anyway, I held up a card that had the 24-word recovery phrase on it, and that was a dummy, right? So when this guy contacted me and he said, hey, dude, you just revealed your phrase, I was like, don't worry, that was just a dummy phrase. And then he's like, no, dude, you were like, when you were restoring the device, I saw every word in your phrase. So to my horror, I realized that I had done this, right? And so I opened up a brand new Ledger Nano X, right? Set it all up, and then meticulously started to transfer all of the crypto that I had stored on this device. Now, it doesn't get stored on the device, right? The private keys are stored on this device. The crypto is on the blockchain. Someone criticized me for saying the crypto was on here. It's not on here. It's the private keys are on here. But there were wallets associated with this, all of these private keys. And so I had to transfer all of that crypto over. And I was horrified that someone with some savvy would scan all of those crypto addresses and steal my crypto, right? So I had to transfer it off. Once I did that, I disconnected this old guy. I went into Ledger Live. I deleted the old accounts that were associated with the old device, and now I have the new device. But I didn't really need to reinstall Ledger Live, right? But when you reveal your 24-word recovery phrase, anyone, anywhere can take that phrase and do a restore on their wallet and steal your crypto. In fact, I forgot about some XRP. There was like, I don't know, like $100 worth of XRP that was in that configuration that had been in Ledger Live, and somebody found it and took it. I don't know. This was long after the fact, but somebody took it, right? They restored their own device with my 24-word recovery phrase and transferred the crypto. All right, I don't want to scare you guys. All right. I wanted to do a cash out. But I also wanted to, I want to buy some crypto. And let's see, where are we here? When we go to CoinGecko and we do a search, notice that they have like these trending searches up here. And I noticed this thing here, this Wall Street Games, right? Now, I am not advocating that this is the way that you choose your coins, right? I'm not advocating that you run out and buy this coin. By no means, this is not an investor forum. I am just going to demonstrate how you might get your hands on a coin if you hear about it and have done your own research, right? So don't take this as any kind of financial advice, right? I'm just going to walk you through the steps as to how we do this, right? So, okay, I see this thing called Wall Street Games. Now, I know that it's part of the gaming sector, the play to pay gaming sector, which is a new crypto sector which is really hot right now, and it has to do with games that can be played and you can earn crypto in there. Let's do one more here. I'm just going to give you a quick. All right, let's go to this Crypto Blades skill. This is not the one I want. Axie. All right, there we go. All right, this is the hot one right now. So if we go over here to this website, oh, you're kidding me. Come on. What the heck? I hate when that happens. It's probably because it's a foreign site. All right, so here it is. This is a game that you can play, and then it has built-in cryptocurrency tokens called, the Axie tokens or whatever, and you use them to buy things in the game. And I guess you can also earn them from within the game. I'm not really into this kind of stuff. I like to play games, but this is a little beyond my, I'm kind of an old guy, right? I'm not into this like stuff. But this is a heavy deal over in Asia especially. I'd like to point out, I taught English in South Korea for like about 3 years. And I went over there in 2006, so before Bitcoin, right? But I went over there and to teach. They gave me a plane ticket. They gave me my little studio apartment, and I was teaching children how to speak English, right? And I was in my little apartment, and I had a TV with cable, right? And I'm flipping through channels, and I see this channel, this television channel of people playing games. And I'm like, what? I said, they televise people playing video games? And it just made me, I thought it was so foreign to my experience, because they didn't have anything like that in the US. So, people are like serious about video games over there. You know, and once again, I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I'm just saying that, you know, different cultures have different values and, you know, mindsets and all that stuff. And they were like heavy into video games over there. And then I also noticed like on the subway and stuff that everybody had like a smartphone or video. And this was 2006, right? So anyway, this kind of stuff, like the teenagers and the 20-somethings, they're like heavy. They'll play this all day long, and I've heard people can get rich doing this kind of stuff. So anyway, that's what the play to pay thing is all about, right? So, but here's a little small cap, and I'm thinking, well, let's buy a little bit. So how are we going to do that? I don't really know that much about this. All I know is it's a good, what I would think call a sector play, right? And it's down, right? I looked at its chart. Let's look at the 90-day chart. Right. It had a big pop, and they always do right when they debut, right? But it's down from its all-time high, but that all-time high was kind of an anomaly or whatever. But it's in this sector, right? And it's cheap, right? It's like it's like way less than a cent, right? So what the heck? Let's do it. Why not, right? So how are we going to do it? Well, here we go. Here is the contract address, and we can see that this is a Binance Smart Chain. All right, so we need to get some funds into Binance Smart Chain. How are we going to do that? I'm going to take some Bitcoin that I have, and I'm going to move it into my Binance Smart Chain wallet. But I need to do a conversion, right? I need to do I'm going to use Binance Bridge to do this. So I'm going to get this thing started. So let's go ahead and we'll launch Opera, because Buddy has told me that Opera has a built-in VPN, and I need to use a VPN to do this. We're going to go over here to Binance Smart Chain. And this is the Binance Bridge. Let's see. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to. It's just whatever. Right. I'm just going to copy this into here. I'm going to paste a link to this here. Oh my God. People are way down here. Okay. So someone's asking about how to do a restore. So I'm trying to keep up with what you guys are talking about. So if you want to restore, let's see where we're at here. Let's do Ledger. This is mirror backup. It does sort of a restore. But this is my, right now, the go-to restore video. I'm probably going to do another restore video. But this is let's get that link in there for the Binance Bridge, and let's get this link in here for my restore video. This particular video, I'm restoring a brand new Ledger Nano X using a 24-word recovery phrase from a previous Ledger, right? A Ledger Nano S. But this would hold for any restore. If you're restoring your X from your X phrase, or you're restoring your S from your S phrase, whatever. It's a 24-word recovery phrase. It's an industry standard, BIP 39 compatible, blah, 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 or BIP whatever. So it's a step-by-step video on how you restore a hardware wallet using your recovery phrase. All right. And then I believe I even go back into how you restore your accounts in Ledger Live too. So if you want to know how to restore, this is the video right now. I'd probably make another one. The law says the secretary will notify if you have any tax liability. I've never been notified by the secretary, nor have you. The secretary. The secretary. Sounds like you're in old England? Jolly old England? Anyway, the secretary will notify you. Okay. All right, so where were we, right? We're going to try to get some, we're going to try and fund this wallet, right? So let's open up our MetaMask. And let's get signed into that. Oh, please. Okay, here we go. Now I need to be over on the Binance Smart Chain net, right? You can have different networks in your MetaMask wallet. I've got some great videos on how to do that as well. But let's just assume that you know how to set up the Binance Smart Chain network in your. I'll post a link, or let's get this thing going. I want to get started here. Okay, so this wallet, not this wallet. Let's do. Whoops, doggone it. Okay, poopies. Okay, let's do this wallet. I didn't want to do that other wallet. There's a lot of other stuff in there that will make things kind of confusing. So I'll use this wallet. All right, so I need to get some. I want to get some Bitcoin in here so that I can buy this token that's on the Binance Smart Chain. So how am I going to do that? So let's switch over to Bitcoin first. All right, now I need to connect the wallet. Now this works sometimes, not always. I want to use MetaMask and I want to hit connect wallet. And sometimes it just kind of sits there, doesn't do anything. We'll give it a minute. Okay, it's not going to do it. All right, let's try refreshing. Okay. Default's back. Let's hit connect wallet. Let's try again. Okay, it looks like, okay, yeah, it's working. All right, so we connected the wallet, but this is not the configuration we want, right? I'm going to deposit some Bitcoin in here. So we hit Bitcoin. And instead of going from my Smart Chain wallet to the Ethereum network, we're going to switch that. We're going to drop this Bitcoin into our Binance Smart Chain. So we need to switch from Ethereum to Bitcoin. So now we've got it lined up the way we want it, right? I have some Bitcoin over here. We'll use this Bitcoin, right? There's not that much, but we'll just go ahead and transfer it over. Hopefully it's enough, right? We said 0.005. I'm going to send that. So let's line it up. Let's get this going. 0.005. Okay, they'll accept that, right? That's over the minimum. There is a minimum, right? So I'm going to receive 0.005 Bitcoin. Now I'm going to need to pay the fee on my end, right? So I need to, on the wallet needs to have a little bit more than 0.005, which it does, right? It's like a 0.052,652. So we've lined up our transaction. Let's hit next. It's going to go into this wallet, right? There's the address. It's the same address as this wallet, right? You can see the 041C. So we got that all lined up. Let's hit next. And I'm going to be sending my tokens from my own wallet. Let's hit next. All right, there is a layout of what's going to happen. They're not going to charge me anything to do this. I will receive all of the Bitcoin that I send, but like I said, I'm going to need to pay the fees on my end from sending out. I'll demo that in a sec here. Let's confirm. All right, now at this point, all I've said is if I send you 0.005 Bitcoin, they're gonna like convert it for me. I don't have to send the Bitcoin. This will just like time out after 2 hours. But I am gonna do it, right? So there it is, 0.005 to this address, right? They gave me an address. Notice it has a 1 in front. It's like a legacy address. It's the most acceptable format. I have a native SegWit wallet, but it can send to this address format. I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. Let's go over here. Let's go over to send, and we'll paste in the address of the Binance Smart Chain Bridge, right? That's the address they want me to send the Bitcoin to. We'll hit continue here. Now I need to tell them how much, 0.005. All right. I'm going to leave my fees at medium, right? So it's going to cost me not that much, about 37 cents. That's not bad at all. All right, so here we go. Let's hit continue. Now I need to, since this is on my Ledger device, I need to confirm this on my device. So let's turn this camera on so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, let's zoom in a bit. All right, it wants me to open the Bitcoin app on my device. So I'll do that. I'll hit both buttons to do that. All right, now it's going to present the transaction to me shortly, I hope. Is it going to do it or not? Oh, I think I need to hit continue, right? Okay, there we go. Now I should see, there it comes. Okay, there's the outgoing transaction. Let's hit review. We're gonna scroll forward. There's the amount. There's the address I'm sending to. That's the Binance address. Now I'm gonna hit accept. Now there's two transactions here. There's that my sending transaction and the fee transaction, which goes out on the blockchain in a different direction, right? Those are the fees, pretty small, like 38 cents. And I'll hit accept and send. Off it goes. And we're done. All right, I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way because this can take a while. All right, I can track this on the blockchain by going view and explore, and it's going to show me the Bitcoin blockchain. You can see that that's unconfirmed, and my transaction fees are being what they call overpaid. I don't know why. Well, it says it's a native SegWit address, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm not going to sweat it, right? All right, let's turn this camera off. And so we'll monitor it over here. Pretty soon we're going to see the transaction hit the Binance blockchain or whatever is going on under the hood. My guess is what's going on under the hood is I'm interacting with Binance proper. That's probably why I had to use a VPN. Binance has its own blockchain, but I think it also has its own trading interface. So that provides the liquidity and all that junk, whatever, under the hood. I could be wrong, though. It could be like a pure blockchain thing. I don't know. I don't really care, right? I just want to know that it works. All right, so let's jump in. I'll jump back into the discussion here. How can there be a tax liability law that requires you to give up constitutional rights in order to comply? If the law was law, it would obviously be unconstitutional. I understand that sentiment. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of, I watch videos, I read a lot, and there are a lot of people that feel that the income tax is unconstitutional, period. But it is, and then I've seen videos where guys like go to court and say, show me where it says I have to pay taxes or something. I don't know where the law says that I have to pay tax. And there's like, they couldn't find the law or whatever. There's like, I don't know what all that is true. But if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to get audited by the IRS, and it's not going to be fun. And it's better just to pay your taxes, right, than to fight City Hall or whatever. But a lot of people don't agree with taxes, and and taxes on crypto. Maybe it shouldn't be treated as stocks are treated. I think I gave you that analogy last week about, okay, if I have a job and I get paid and it's all on paper and there's withholding and I get a W-2 and I pay my taxes every year, then that money that I earned that's in my bank account is my money and I paid my taxes on it, right? And then I go out and I withdraw $300 out of my ATM and I go buy a bicycle, right? The government really shouldn't care about that. I don't think they do, right? It could be a used bicycle, could be a new bicycle, whatever, right? But that's a private transaction, right? And that's just using cash that I had in the bank, right? That's been taxed, right? But if I take that same $300 and use it to buy Bitcoin, I've already paid the taxes on that money. That money is in my bank account. But then I use that money to buy Bitcoin. And then later I decide to use that Bitcoin to buy something else, like maybe Ethereum or whatever, or I sell it at a higher price. All of a sudden, oh, now they care, right? If I were to sell that bicycle, what if I fixed that bicycle up? It was used and I fixed it all up and I sold it. I think technically you are supposed to like that, claim that on your taxes. I don't know, when you buy and sell stuff. I don't know. It's all complicated, right? But it just seems to me that like if you've already paid the money on the income that you've earned, why should it be double taxed when you decide to use it for something, right? But like I said, the law is the law. The way it is now is that we pay taxes on our Bitcoin. CryptoDad, longtime fan. Are you in Drip? Are you in Drip? If bot, why not? Drip.community is the website. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, goodbye. Okay. Can someone tell me whether it's possible to generate new seed words if the old ones compromise the same device? Okay, Spiritual Warrior, I think you have asked this question before in my comments. I believe I responded in the comments, or maybe you're someone new, and the answer is no. You cannot regenerate a new seed on existing crypto wallets. Doesn't work like that. If your seed phrase has been compromised, you need to transfer those assets to a different wallet with a different seed, right? You cannot change the seed of your wallet. Impossible. The seed is simply a representation in human readable format of your master private key. There's only one key, right? That's what makes it, that's how it works, right? It's a unique key. You can't generate a brand new key on existing wallets. Doesn't work like that. The key is what makes the wallet, right? So if your seed phrase is compromised, then you need to create a new wallet with a different seed and transfer the assets to that new wallet. Period. That's how you do it. There's no way to change the underlying seed of existing wallets. Can't do it. Yeah. Well, they said men could never fly. Well, in my opinion, you can't do that. So what hardware wallet do you recommend after trying the ones out there? I like the Ledger Nano X. It's my go-to wallet. I think it's better than the S. The Ledger Nano S is smaller and cheaper, but it holds less apps, so you can only manage a few cryptos at a time. This one can manage like 30 different cryptos. I also like Trezor. Trezor's a good wallet. It's not really my go-to wallet, but it is a versatile hardware wallet. I would highly recommend hardware wallets. I'm not that keen on the Kobo wallet or the Elipal wallet. I think they're a little overly cumbersome. They're a little clunky to use. They're not very intuitive. And, they claim to be, oh, nothing ever touches this, there's no cables or whatever, but, you have to download firmware updates periodically and put them on a SD card, and then plug them into the device and run the firmware updates. So you're moving firmware and software into the device somehow, right? Just because there's no cable doesn't mean that it's, And they're like, oh, what's so bad about a cable? Like I've said this over and over again, the private key never leaves the device. Even if, because there's a cable, doesn't mean that like hackers are going to like, shrink themselves and then, fly along this little cable and then steal your crypto out of here. It's like, doesn't happen. I know everyone's very superstitious and they don't know how crypto works. So, they're superstitious about how things work, but that's just not the way things go, right? The cable, just because there's a cable doesn't mean that it's vulnerable, possibly, but it's very remote. So all of these other hardware wallets like Kobo and Elipal, where you've got an app and you've got the device and you've got to scan the transaction code with the device from your app, and then it signs the transaction, and then you have to rescan the signed transaction with your app, and I mean, it's just too much of a hassle, and you've got to use two hands, and there's room for error and all this. So I prefer the Ledger devices. I think they're a good mix of security and usability. That's my opinion. Right? I use all kinds of wallets, right? I use now some crypto you can't use on that device, right? Like I use the desktop version of Daedalus. And where in the heck is that crypto, by the way? It hasn't shown up yet. See, that's why I wanted to get it done early, because it's still waiting for that Bitcoin to hit that. Whoops. I just launched Daedalus. Maybe we'll let that, hopefully we'll get hooked up. But yeah, I can see here that I sent it out and that it's still unconfirmed, right? So, I don't know. The Bitcoin blockchain may be pretty busy right now. Who knows? Okay. So, Crypto.com is saying that Bitcoin is at 4423. How does he get this thing to cooperate? Yay. I was trying to get this done before the live stream started and could not. Maybe it doesn't look like it's going to do it. Oh well. Trying to share my phone screen with you guys. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hallelujah. It worked. Okay, there we go. All right, so 44,430 in Hong Kong right now. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. All right. This government will destroy crypto. Proof of work now is good as POS is bad, and you will pay. This is ironic. They'll push developers and part of the industry away. It is pretty ironic that the whole narrative in April and May, which caused the great crypto crash of 2021, was that crypto was not good for the environment, right? That proof of work was bad, right? And now this haphazard amendment is approving crypto or exempting proof of work miners, but it's not exempting proof of stake miners. So it's choosing, basically it's favoring proof of work over proof of stake. And like, dude, hey, I thought you were telling me that proof of work was bad. It's bad for the environment, right? And now all of a sudden you're choosing proof of work over proof of stake. I don't think they even realize what they're doing, to be honest with you. Let's just hope that cooler heads prevail. You should be government of any man, a free man to do what's I smell communism. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of crypto has attracted the libertarian spirit, right? It is self-custody. It is financial independence from out from under the debt-based financial system. It is a way to transfer value between two sovereign individuals. I agree with all that stuff. But, we live in the real world. The world is thus. And sometimes we have to acknowledge the realities of, government wants their share. It sucks. I agree, it sucks. And like I explained earlier, I feel like if you earn your money and you pay your taxes on your income, you should be free to do whatever you want with it. But, I guess, income taxes go beyond just income that you earn at a job, right? So it covers, like, the kind of income that stockholders earn, right, from their stocks. So the government's like, oh, people are making money in stocks. We'll get to tax that too, right? So people are making money in crypto. We want to tax that. All right. All right. Gary Gensler, SEC, says he doesn't have a problem with someone buying Bitcoin as an asset. I guess it's the stable coins and other coins that are causing the government to be upset. There's a lot of that too. I watched that Gary Gensler interview on Tuesday, I believe it was. And he does seem to be a believer in, he mentioned Satoshi's vision several times. So he seems to believe in the spirit of Bitcoin, but, and he agrees that it is not a security, right? It's an open source software. It's a peer-to-peer decentralized currency, right? I think he agrees that Bitcoin is a currency, but all of the others he tends to frown upon, right? Especially stable coins. Gary Gensler is the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Basically, he's saying that most cryptocurrency projects, any kind of company that sells tokens or raises capital by selling their tokens or, gathering investors is a security and needs to be regulated. But he also mentioned a couple of times, he was like, just kind of offhand says, hey, you're a brand new crypto company, whatever, come register with us. We don't have any problem with you doing business as long as you register with us. And, it's clear you're not involved in fraud and that your money is coming from, legitimate investing or whatever, and you've got a business plan and all that good stuff. So, I mean, it sounds reasonable, but crypto is a whole different animal. And there are a lot of projects out there that are open source that aren't securities. And I think he tends to, blanket, tell that there's this blanket thing that he thinks all altcoins are securities. I don't think that's true. There are a lot of altcoins out there. Monero, Zcash. Those are not securities as far as but stable coins are a different animal because stable coins are basically issued and the idea is that they have the underlying asset. So if you're issuing a stable coin that's pegged to the US dollar, the understanding is, okay, we've got $1 million US in our bank, in our business bank account, and so we're going to issue 1 million Tether. And you can buy out onto the Ethereum blockchain, and you can buy and sell these. Right? They're pegged to the US dollar. So in a way, that more closely follows the idea of what a security is, right? Because it's an asset. But the thing about a stablecoin is it doesn't go up in value, right? So whereas I'm not going to buy, 1,000 Tether hoping that they'll be worth 2,000 in a week or two or in a month, right? They don't go up in value. They're merely used to facilitate crypto transactions. But that's where he takes issue with stablecoins. He brought this up several times, or at least once, that people are using stablecoins to trade outside of the U.S. financial system. Right? They're doing an end runaround of the U.S. dollar, and that kind of makes him angry. That's where he takes issue with stablecoins. And so, and there's it's outside our purview. It's outside of the financial system. It's not, it's skirting tax compliance. It could be used for money laundering or terrorism financing. All that same old BS, right? So anyway, let's see. Is anything happening over? Oh, okay, finally. Jeez, I was starting to lose faith, right? So it hit, the Bitcoin hit Binance, the Binance backend, right? And now it's pending for it to end up in the wallet. So we'll check on that in a little bit, right? So things are going swimmingly. Now I wanted to do a cash out for you guys. So I'm going to do a quick cash out from Binance US. We were talking about Binance US earlier. Whoops. Let's see what we got here. We on the right thing? Yeah. Let me get logged into my Binance US account. I had to reboot my computer 1 minute before the live stream. I think I screwed that one up, did I? No, I did it. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Okay, so let's do this. Whoops. What? I slipped, man. Okay. All right, now my two-factor code is... Boop, boop, pardon me. Let's see, Binance US. Here we go. All right. I'm just going to do a quickie. We'll get this thing going. So we're going to go over to my wallet here. Now, you might be the type of person that has Bitcoin in your wallet, or you may just be an exchange-only trader, right? But people are always asking me, oh, well, how do you cash out, right? So let's do a quick. I'm going to deposit some Bitcoin into my Binance US account so that I can sell it for cash. Let's go back over here. I believe I still have some Bitcoin over in this other account. Where is it? Okay, here. Right, and this is a SegWit wallet, which is really not that important, but just wanted to point that out. I'm going to transfer $100 into my Binance US account. So here's Binance US. I went to my wallet, I went to Bitcoin, and now I'm ready to do a deposit. Here's the address, right? Notice their address is an old legacy address that starts with a 1. I don't know, maybe SegWit uses both 1 and 3. I don't know. People have asked me to explain the difference. I'm not that savvy on the difference. But anyway, so I've got an address where I want to send my Bitcoin. So let's do send. Let's paste in the address of my Binance US account. Let's hit continue. And instead of putting the amount of Bitcoin, I'm just going to put the amount of US dollars that I want to send, about $100 worth of Bitcoin. So it calculates the amount of Bitcoin that is worth $100. And then I'm going to keep the fiat medium. Let's hit continue. Continue again. And now we're going to authorize this outgoing transaction on my device. All right. Okay. I was already in the Bitcoin app, so it's ready for me to review. There's the amount. There's the address we're sending to. Let's hit accept. Now I'm paying a Bitcoin network fee. This has nothing to do with Binance. This is me paying a Bitcoin fee on the Bitcoin network because I agree. That's the social compact, right? There are people out there maintaining the network and processing transactions, and they're not doing it for free. They're doing it for their self-interest. And in my own self-interest, I'm agreeing to pay these small fees associated with transferring Bitcoin on the network. I get a lot of people complain about, oh, why do we have to pay fees? Fees. Like they're not that much compared to credit card fees, really, when you get right down to it. Merchant fees on credit card are pretty high. Like if you're running a small business and you're trying to accept credit cards, those fees are pretty high. And the interest you pay on credit cards are pretty high, right? So having a decentralized cryptocurrency where you have to pay small fees for making transfers is I agree to that. I think it's a good thing, right? So you're always going to have some kind of fees, right? So that's on its way. I'll probably get an email shortly that's going to tell me that I've transferred some money to Binance US. So we'll just kind of wait on that. I'll just wait for that to come in. Right, we'll just wait. Alrighty, so we got that going. What do we got over here? Still pending over here, waiting for that Bitcoin. I was going to demo some, is it going out? Yes, it's $100 going out, 14 cents on top. Okay, there it is. Should only have $36 left. All right, that's still syncing. So, well, hopefully that'll be synced up pretty soon. 99.9, we're pretty good. And I'll try to attach that Trezor and see if we can work with that Trezor on Ada Lite too. See if that works. I wanted to do crypto.com. Let's go over to crypto.com. And we're at 44.5 Bitcoin. Pretty good. All right, so I'm going to buy a little Axie Infinity. And I'm going to try to use my crypto.com coin to do it. So let's see. Let's go over here and figure out. CRO, is it here? It doesn't matter. I'll just put it in here. All right, so CRO coin. I have CRO coin, right? But the interface doesn't always tell me how much how much it's worth, right? When I'm trading two cryptos, it shows me the value in each crypto, and I can't wrap my head around the US dollar value. So I would like to buy. Let's buy $200 worth of Axie Infinity. right? So I'm going to put in $200 here on CoinGecko, and that's what? No. Huh? Oh, okay, 1425. So no. What am I doing here? Okay, CRO. Okay, that's what I want, right? Why did it do it that way? This should say CRO over here. I don't know why it doesn't. Anyway, so 1425 gives me $200. Oh, okay, there, boom. Boom. Hurry. There it is. BNB deposit. BNB deposit successful. I've received Bitcoin in my Binance US account. So after we're done with this, we'll go over there and we'll do that cash out. All right, so what do we say? 1425, right? So let's go to crypto.com and let's do sell CRO. And I just want to, I'm going to tap and edit this field. Whoops. 1425. All right, let's do 1450. Whatever, let's make it a nice even number. Now I want to buy Axie Infinity. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit here until I find it. It should be in here somewhere. What is it? AXE? There it is. Axie Infinity. So there it is. I'm going to tap that. All right. See, now it's, see, I got to do it again, right? Because I chose a different cryptocurrency. You got to keep an eye on this stuff, right? 1450. There we go. All right, that's going to net me 4.84 AXS. I'll hit sell CRO. And the nice thing about CRO is they don't charge you fees when you trade it, right? So you can earn CRO from referrals by using your MCO Visa card. You'll get cash back rewards. Pooies. I talked too long. Let's try this again. Stop talking, Rex. Okay, there we go. Okay, boom, done. The balance should go down here. Yeah. And now there we have that Axie Infinity. Right. That's another sector play. Axie Infinity, I was showing you earlier, is another one of those play-to-pay games. I don't know that buying Axie is the best idea right now. It's a bit high. But, you know, cost averaging, you know, buy a little bit whenever you can kind of a philosophy could work. I don't know. So we'll see. It's actually down today a little bit. All right, now we can put this in our own wallet. I can show you how to do that in a minute. Let's check over here in Binance US and see what's going on. Here, let's go to our wallet. Looks like the balance is available. All right, so I had some Bitcoin in there already. I put some more Bitcoin in there from my own wallet, and now we're going to cash out, right? Because people are always asking me, how do you cash out? It's just the opposite of storing, right? So let's trade for BTC for US dollars. I'm going to do a market so it executes right away. I'm going to sell my BTC. I'm going to sell it all. And I'll hit sell BTC. Market goes through. Easy peasy. Right? Let's go back over here. So now we've got $162 in our US dollar account. Right? Now I'm going to do withdraw. And I'm going to withdraw to my Lake Michigan Credit Union. Right? My bank. I've set that up previously. It's not that difficult. Right? Let's do it all. Now we're going to hit continue here. All right. Now it's a little tricky how this works because I'm going to hit confirm here. First, they want my authenticator code, which I get, right? Doggone it. Seriously? Wrong one. All right. Here we go. See? Nobody's perfect. Binance US 919443. All right, now they're going to send me an email to confirm. So I need to check that. And you want to do it in the same browser. Just open a new tab. And let's hit that. Should send me an email here shortly. Come on, baby. Is it just me? Why is it not coming in here? Oh, wrong email. Too much personal information on display, right? My Supermodels on Trampoline subscription expired. Okay, here we go. So we got this. Now I got to hit confirm disbursement. All right, it's going to take me back to the Binance US, and then I have to confirm and verify. One more time. I'm going to click this. And they use Prime Trust as a third-party processor, right? So I've authorized the disbursement to my own bank account through Prime Trust. And BAM. BAM is the name of the Binance US company. All right. So there. All right. So that money will be in my bank most likely on Monday morning. Probably maybe Monday afternoon because we did this on a weekend. But that's a cash out, right? Not that difficult. A little squirrely on Binance US, if you ask me. Coinbase is a lot easier. Coinbase is kind of it's like from Coinbase to your bank. You just go withdraw US and boom, it goes right into your bank. But it does take like 24 hours. And if I were to do it on Coinbase, it might not be in there until Monday afternoon either, right? Okay, let's go back over here and boom, it's there now. Hooray. All right, let me check if you guys, have I lost you guys yet? Okay, let's go back down here. I don't play the game. I've never tried. Okay, so what did we say we were going to do earlier? We said I wanted to buy, where'd it go? I think it's over here. I wanted to buy this thing, this Wall Street Games, right? I must be out of my mind, right? But first of all, let's make sure that Bitcoin got in there. Right? Where are we? Oh, okay. I know that it's in there. I'm not going to use Opera to do this because this particular wallet that ends in 9041C is also in my Chrome browser. So if I go to MetaMask over here and log in, okay, we're in that wallet, right? BSC main that ends in 041. Let's see if there's any Bitcoin in here. There it is, BTCB, Binance pegged Bitcoin, right? So let's take a look at what we've got here. All right. I converted my Bitcoin that was in my wallet into Binance pegged Bitcoin. Right? This is a different token, but it is pegged to the price of Bitcoin. So I could hold it in this wallet, and if the price of Bitcoin went up, the price of this token would also go up, right? It's tied to the price of Bitcoin. But I want to use it to buy something, right? We're going to try this. It may not work. Now, I'm in the Binance Smart Chain Explorer right now. So let's see if we can figure out this puppy, right? Wall Street Games. Let's, I could add this to MetaMask right here. That's kind of cool, right? So I would like to add this to MetaMask, right? So let's hit add to MetaMask and see what happens. Oh, okay, there. Wall Street. Oh, I already have some? Okay. I don't know how that happened, but I have some. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I have not bought it yet tonight, right? But it was already in there. Now, how are we going to trade for this? What are we going to do? Well, I'm going to use PancakeSwap. It's a cryptocurrency exchange that runs on the Binance Smart Chain. It's a good cryptocurrency exchange for doing Binance Smart Chain stuff. All right, let's, what was that thing? Wall Street Games, right? WSG. Let's see if I can. well, first of all, let's switch to Bitcoin, right? There's that Bitcoin that we put in there. It's like $200 worth of Bitcoin, right? 225, 235, whatever. Actually, if you don't know, we can check. Let's just check against Binance US dollar, right? That's Binance stablecoin. How much is the Bitcoin worth? 220. 220 and 84 cents, right? All right, now, what I would like to do is using this Binance, I'm using this Bitcoin, I would like to buy that Wall Street Games, WSG. Is it in there yet? No. Okay. So how do I get it in there? All right, so let's go back over here. All right, let's copy this into our clipboard. Now, this sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. WSG. Let's look for it here. WSG. All right, there it is. Wall Street Games. Do I really want to buy $200 worth of this? I don't know. Maybe $100 worth. Let's not go crazy. Nah, let's go ahead and buy it. What the hell? Let's jump. Let's go for it. All right, A4901. Is that the same one they have here? A4901? Okay. All right, so it looks good. So let's copy this into our clipboard. Let's go back to PancakeSwap, and let's pull this down and paste in that contract address. And boom, it sees it. Okay. It sees it. It's the icon's good. Let's hit import. It's going to give us a warning. You know, if you don't do your research, you might have a copycat or whatever. But we did our due diligence, right? We checked it on CoinGecko. We checked it on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's just import it in there. Boom, there we go. Okay, well, that's a lot. Let's just double check this. Let's hit max. Okay, there it is. And a lot of coins, like if they're new or whatever, the swap ratio is real convoluted. Like the price impact will be like 80% or something stupid, and you won't even be able to do the transaction. But in this case, appears there's liquidity for this guy, which makes sense because it's like trending searches. So let's pull the trigger on this guy, right? Let's hit swap. And we'll confirm that. And we have to sign it with our MetaMask wallet. And we're going to wait for that to confirm in MetaMask. So what did I do? I saw a coin that I wanted on CoinGecko. I checked it out. It told me it was a Binance Smart Chain token. So I'm like, okay, I have a Binance Smart Chain wallet, but I need to fund this. Okay, it just got confirmed. So we're good. I need to fund it, right? So how am I going to do that? I move some Bitcoin across the bridge into this wallet. All right, so I bought a bunch of this Wall Street thing, whatever. Is that gonna... I had 1,000 in there before. That was nothing. How do I have 1,000 in there? I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was an airdrop or something. All right, so, but let's do this. Let's put it on the top. Let's go over to Binance US dollar. And let's hit max. And there, we got 200, and we already lost some money, right, on that trade. This could be a wash for all I know, right? This coin could just go to nothing for all I know, right? Like the way of Pancake Bunny, right? Get creamed, but it could go up. Who knows? All right, so there we go. But we managed to do it, right? We funded our Binance Smart Chain wallet with Bitcoin, and we had to convert our Bitcoin into Binance Peg Bitcoin using Binance Bridge, and I had to use a VPN. Right? So sue me. Somebody might. Who knows? All right. Let's see. I'm thinking of buying Bitcoin. What do you think? Buy some Bitcoin. Why not? I don't give financial advice here. I can't. Could you please do another video on how to get back on Coinbase after being locked out? The one you did a year ago about a lost phone is no longer available? Well, it was. I mean, my let's put this here. Let's put this. Yeah. Google how to recover Google Authenticator for a lost phone. That's the video where I talk about Coinbase, as far as I know. This is being locked out, right? How to recover Coinbase for being locked out. So basically, this really has nothing to do with Google Authenticator. In a way, these processes are for
Steve and Dave use
recovering your
eToro to
account.
trade cryptocurrencies. Steve does extensive.
Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. All right, so basically what we do is, where are we? Okay, here we go. Logging into our Coinbase account without our old phone. All right, so we're going to go sign in here. I've got my username and password. Right? Oh, I'm just missing my phone. All right, so there we go. Now I am being asked for my two-factor. I'm sorry. Fucking stupid. Just trying to get this thing to work. Okay. All right. I have my volume way up for some other thing I was doing. All right. Notice here, when you go into your, if you are completely locked out for some bizarre reason, like they feel your account got hacked or something like that, that's a little bit different than losing your two-factor authentication. Losing your two-factor authentication makes it so that you can't log in because you don't have the code anymore. But if your account has been locked by Coinbase for some reason, whatever, you need to deal with Coinbase on that, right? So, but notice here that there is a link here, unable to submit a one-time code. So, or have lost my authenticator app, right? And then you go to this thing called Coinbase Account Recovery. And I believe they do the same thing if you've lost access because they feel there was suspicious activity. Like somebody tried to log into your account from Poland or whatever. So they shut you out of your account. Or you did something, you forgot your password one too many times and you tried to reset your password and it just looks suspicious on their part, right? So they locked you out. I believe this process here, Coinbase.com account recovery, is the same for all of those. And you start, when you start, you have to put in your, if I recall correctly, they're going to want you to they're going to send you an SMS verification first. So if you don't have your original phone number, you could be in trouble. But if you lost your phone and lost your Google, then you can always go get a new phone, right? Go to Verizon or wherever, AT&T, and get yourself a new phone and get your number back, right? Because you just walk in there with your ID and they'll give you another phone, same phone number. So you should be able to receive this text from Coinbase, right? And then after that, you're going to do the ID verification where you scan your ID and you're going to present it to them, right? Sending them endless emails is not going to fix this problem. You have to do this. I get so many people that are like, Coinbase is ignoring me. I keep sending them emails. Stop sending them emails and do this. This is the process. Blah. And this webcam thing is messed up. This selfie webcam thing is freaky. But I think I managed to get through it in this video. I took a selfie with my webcam. But I believe they have, like, at some point, and someone asked me this before the live stream, they said something about, I can't get, the selfie thing is not working for me. And it's a hassle. You're like too close or too far and it tells you it didn't find it right or whatever. It's not easy to get this thing to take a good picture of yourself. And I believe when I did this video, I had to do several of them before they finally took, right? I finally got a good one. And that was it, right? And then they said identity verified. And then they sent me an email not too long after that and said, okay, we got your verification. We need to, like, check it or whatever. And then I think in a couple days after that, they were like, okay, we verified all your information. Everything's good. We're going to unlock your account for you. But that's going to take like a week, right? It's going to take like a week to 10 days for us to unlock your account. But after that 10 days, I was able to log back in using my username and password without the two-factor code. And of course, as soon as you do that, then you reactivate your two-factor with your new Google Authenticator that you've got on your new phone or whatever, right? Or you don't, right? You get so afraid of two-factor that you don't ever want to activate it again. But it is safer. But if this were easy, then two-factor would be a joke, right? If I lost my Google Authenticator code and could just call them up and say, hey, activate, I lost my phone. That's like, that violates the whole spirit of what Google Authenticator is all about, which is you have to verify that you're the one with that device, right? If I could just lose a device and like snap my fingers and get access to my account back, bypass the two-factor, what good is two-factor? So yeah, it's a hassle, it's a pain. It's, you know, it takes days, weeks, whatever. I don't know, whatever. That's the process. I don't know. Bitcoin, long-time Bitcoin boomer. Vinny, hello. My Samanthia purchased $200, was pissed. $200. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. BTC 44.5, yay. I'd like to, this is just a personal thing that I'd like to talk about with you guys, my friends. As you know, I do educational step-by-step videos. I'm not like a crypto investment guy. I mean, I talk a little bit about how to invest, how to trade, but I'm not like talking about the latest coin that's going to the moon or whatever. And I pretty much try to show you everything on the screen that you have to do. Damn it, come on. And so when I'm doing a demo, sometimes I show you my Bitcoin address or my Cardano address or my Ethereum address or whatever. I'm showing you those QR codes, especially in the live stream, right? Or I'm showing you my receiving addresses, right? I showed you, you know, when we did this receive. Well, we did send in this case, but I reveal that information a lot in my videos. I have one particular video that was for Crypto.com, is how to buy Cardano on Crypto.com and send it to your own wallet, Daedalus wallet. Well, in that video, I show my Daedalus QR code of my wallet, right? I'm explaining to you how to do it, and I'm showing you what you should be doing on your screen. I'm not asking you to send Cardano to my address. Just because I'm showing you my address, I'm not like asking you to send me Cardano. But unfortunately, several people have sent their Cardano to me by mistake, because obviously they're taking their Crypto.com app on their phone and they are scanning the QR code of my YouTube video. Why would anyone do that? I get it. It happens, right? I think two of the times they were fairly small amounts, like $100 or whatever. But I think I had somebody that it was like $1,000 worth of ADA or more or something. So I send it back to them, right? I'm not here to steal your crypto. And so generally, I'm a little concerned about sending someone, like they'll contact me in the email, they'll say, hey, I accidentally sent ADA to you. I'm like, fine, no problem. But I don't want to send it back to their ADA address. They obviously are a little confused to begin with if they're accidentally sending me their crypto. So I want to confirm that they're going to get it back. So I usually will ask them, I'll say, look, sign up for, you used Crypto.com, so I need your phone number, because that's the only way I can add someone's contact information to my Crypto.com contact list. It has to be in my contacts on my phone already. And it has to have their country code and everything, and their email for their Crypto.com email. And so once I do that and then I add them as my contact, I just send them the ADA straight through crypto.com. I took the ADA out of my Daedalus wallet, transferred it back to my crypto.com account, and then sent them ADA through crypto.com. That way I have confirmation on my end and their end that they got it, right? Happened. Last week, somebody in the live stream started commenting that I had stolen their Ethereum because they sent me Ethereum in a different video because my QR code of my wallet was showing, right? And the guy was pretty rude, and he was like calling me a crook and a thief, and I know what you did, and I'm going to tell the Google, I'm going to report you to YouTube. He's just being a real, not very nice person. And so I looked in my wallet. I did not see any Ethereum. So I was like, this guy, screwed something up, and he thinks he sent it to me. He didn't, because I don't see it. And then I went back to my live stream. I was rewatching it. Noticed he had left like 5 comments about me being a thief and a robber and a fraudster, and so I banned him from my channel. I was tired of listening to him. Right, and then Sunday afternoon, I checked my CoinTracker account, and lo and behold, there was more there was like an extra Ethereum in there. So I was like, whoa, yeah, this guy did send me some Ethereum, and it looked like he sent me 1 Ethereum. But at that point, I didn't know who he was because I had banned him from my channel because I was tired of him calling me a crook. So I had to track down the wallet. It was an old wallet that I don't use anymore, and it was on that old ledger where I had revealed the private key on that video. So I was like, someone might steal this crypto if it stays in this wallet. So I recovered the wallet. I reattached I recovered the hardware device. I added the account. I recovered the wallet, found the Ethereum. It was like 0.9999 Ethereum. I looked at the transaction history, and I think it's still in here, as a matter of fact. Yeah, here it is, right here. So this guy sent me, yes, on July 31st, last week, he sent me 0.9935 Ethereum. And I had to track this transaction down and figure out what happened. And so I looked at it and I was like, okay, he sent it to me from this address. So I was kind of hot and bothered. And so I sent it back to that same address without really thinking things through. Part of it was like, you know what? It's not mine. I don't want it. It's going right back where it came from. But then after I traced it, I realized, wait, I sent it back. Here's where I sent it back, right? I sent it all back to him from my wallet back to where it came from. Well, after I traced this on the blockchain, I realized that I had sent it back to crypto.com, that it didn't go into his account. It went into crypto.com's account. Well, luckily, I know them pretty well, and I contacted my rep, and I explained what happened, and they're dealing with it. Right? But I don't steal people's crypto. I don't want your crypto, even if it's $100,000. I don't want it. It's not mine. That's not the kind of person I am. And it's all traceable on the blockchain anyway. Yeah, maybe I should have kept it, but I didn't. I didn't want to keep it. It's not mine. It's his. So I sent it back. So we're trying to figure out. And then he tweeted on my tweet stream threatening me again, and copying crypto.com and YouTube and everybody, and saying how I was a thief and a robber and all this stuff. And so I replied to him here, I sent it back to you. And this was 5 days ago, right? Not one thank you, not one good, nothing. I hadn't heard a thing from him. That's the thanks I get for being honest with this guy. Whatever, right? Anyway, I thought you'd like to hear that story. So the moral of the story is, don't send me your crypto. I don't want it. And it boggles my mind that someone would send me crypto when I'm doing a demo on how to send yourself crypto to your wallet, that you would actually pick up your phone and scan a QR code in a YouTube video to send crypto? Where did you think it was going? Anyway, also that video that he did that on had 7,900 views, over 8,000 views. And of those 8,000 views, and here's the wallet, right? It's all on the blockchain. You can see that I used that wallet for like $30 worth of Ethereum back in December of 2020. And then I emptied it out in December of 2020 and have not used it since. And no one out of the 8,000 people that watched that video, only one person accidentally sent me their Ethereum. Kind of shows you something. Okay. I just wish the guy would have at least said thank you that I tried to help him and by sending this stuff back to him without having to preemptively call me a crook and a robber and a fraudster. Oh, Lord God in heaven. Okay, so what do? We bought that stuff, right? We bought that crypto that's probably going to zero. We bought some. Let's go ahead and move that Axie Infinity into my Ethereum account. So here we go. Is the Axie in here? No, it's not. Okay, so this is a good example, right? So we got our crypto.com. You remember we bought this Axie Infinity, and I want to store it in my own wallet. So how are we going to do that? So here is my Ethereum wallet in my Ledger Live. This is the software that maintains my wallets that are associated with this device. The private keys are on this device. But I really don't need the device to receive crypto, right? So here we're going to go. We're going to go. I don't have Axie Infinity in here already. Now I could do, what is it we're going to do? Do that. We could do add token like this and just say, okay, I want to send some AXS, right? And there it is. Oh, there's an old and a new? That's weird. Wow. Okay, which one is which? I don't know. Well, they're all going to be the same address anyway, right? Right? They're all going to go to the same address, right? Which is the same address as the Ethereum wallet. So if we do receive here, we should see that same address, right? Same address. So we're just going to send it to this address. And then show QR code. I repeat, do not send me anything on this code. Please. I don't want it. Please. I'm begging you. All right. So now let's try to send this over to this address. So I'm in the account interface. I'm just going to tap right on Axie Infinity. And I'm going to choose transfer and withdraw. I'm withdrawing it from crypto.com and to an external wallet. I haven't done this, or have I? Okay, I've done it before. Oh, to Trezor. That's kind of weird. Okay. But now I'm going to put this on Ledger. So let's hit the plus up there on the top. We're going to whitelist a brand new address. If I can get this. It's very sensitive here. Okay, there it goes. Hit wallet. I'm going to hit that little QR code. I'm going to scan that Ethereum address. There it is. Let's just call this Ledger X. Hopefully this will work. Click continue. We'll put in my two-factor code for crypto.com. It's right there at the top, but we're almost expired, so I'm going to let this code expire. They regenerate new ones about every 10 seconds. Let's tap that code, slide back over to crypto.com, paste, and continue. All right, they're going to send me a confirmation email. I don't usually click that blue open email link. It'll probably open the wrong email client. Like, I don't know which email client. Probably the Apple one. But my account is attached to my Gmail account. So I just waited for the Gmail to come in. We'll hit confirm withdrawal address, reopen the browser, and lo and behold, it looks like it worked. Now, this is kind of weird. It shouldn't get stuck here. It should take me back to the list with the new address added. but it doesn't. It just kind of sticks here. So I'm going to hit that X, and then I'm going to back out one level by hitting that back arrow in the top left corner. And then I'll go back to external wallet, and now the address is in there. It's kind of a glitch. Let's do withdraw, and we'll choose max. Under the button there is max. We'll hit max. We'll hit withdraw and confirm. All right, I need to enter my two-factor again, so let's go back over to Google Authenticator, tap that code, slide back over, tap paste, and continue. And that should be all she wrote. Now, that's done on their end. I've got an email confirmation. My balance goes to 0. Let's dismiss all this stuff. Okay, so we got all these tokens. Let's do a sync up there at the top and see if a new token magically appears at the bottom here. And it may or may not right away. It might take it a few minutes. I still don't see it. But if you remember, we just used the Ethereum address of the main wallet. It should appear shortly. We'll just leave this on while I answer some questions. So AXS, yes, you can buy it on crypto.com. You saw me do it. It's pretty easy. Oh, okay. So some of you have actually played this game. I have not. I've just got the coins for it, right? I still have that Tel coin. Someone asked me about Tel coin like several months back, and I bought like $200 worth of it, and it's now only worth 100, right? So you got to be able to roll with the punches in the crypto world, right? I don't know. This may or may not appear, right? So if it doesn't, I can show you some other tricks we can use. Well, let's give it some time, right? Because I haven't even got the confirmation from crypto.com that it's confirmed, right? I've only requested the withdrawal. It hasn't been confirmed outgoing yet. So when I get that, then we'll check this. Although sometimes it appears in my wallet before I get the confirmation from crypto.com. How much time you spent getting the SLP? What's the SLP? Axie Infinity. You can make good money playing it. Spent 2 or 3 hours a day. I get minimum 150 SLP, 200 plus on average. That's pretty good. You can CoinGecko for SLP prices. That's pretty cool. I enjoyed playing games, but I do it in spurts. But and playing games is addictive enough. But if you're making real money at it, poof, you never leave my computer. I should do a stream about crypto scams and people getting coins stolen. I do have a video on, let's see, where is it? So I have a couple of videos here. This one is how to protect yourself against Ledger phishing scams. The Ledger device is secure, but these phishing scams will trick you into revealing your 24-word recovery phrase. That's what confuses people. They're not reaching into your device and stealing your private keys. They are sending you targeted emails, and they pretend to be from Ledger, and they trick you into revealing your recovery phrase, right? And then this other video here is just a generalized video on how to avoid scams in general in the crypto world. So if, there, it says my withdrawal is complete on crypto.com. So let's see if it's here. don't see it. That's kind of weird. Oh, there it is, right there. Now, notice something here interesting, right? We know it was $200 worth of Axie Infinity, right? And we also know that we sent it to this wallet, and we can see that it's in the wallet, and we can see the amount, but we see no pricing. This is fairly common with ERC20 tokens, especially new ones. And this does not mean that it's worth nothing. A lot of people get freaked out when they see that line there. They think that somehow when they transferred it into their Ledger wallet that it suddenly became worthless. It did not. I can still take these 4.3 tokens, transfer them back to crypto.com and sell them. Right? If the price goes up, I can transfer them back. The Ledger Live is a great wallet. Ledger Live is great. There's a lot of great things about Ledger Live, but it's not perfect, right? So there are a lot of ERC20 tokens that it does not have pricing information for, like Polkastarter. And Polkastarter's been around for a while, and they still don't have pricing information for Polkastarter. But that does not mean that it is a worthless token. It just means that Ledger Live does not have pricing information for that token for whatever reason, right? Because it's not on its listed exchanges or whatever, right? It does know the price of Telcoin. It does know the price of my BAT token, but it does not know the price of the Polkastarter or the Axie Infinity. Oh, and notice it's Axie Infinity Shard, the new one, right? We weren't sure before, but now we know. You were doing crypto blades back when you could do $900 US daily, but then CB died. Oh, that's too bad. And that video where I talked about avoiding crypto scams was kind of before the whole DeFi thing. Like, for example, like PancakeSwap is one of many DeFi sites where you can trade crypto. But there are a lot of others, and they various state of respectability, right? There are some out there that, and this code, I believe this code is open source, because if you look at other cryptocurrency DeFi exchanges, let's see if I can find one that's very, whoops, what am I doing here? Oh, here. Well, let's just do bakery. Notice that on Bakery Swap, if we go to the exchange, it looks very similar, because the base code is like, they take the base code and just clone it and then add their own interface. Like, and then if we go to Dino Swap, oops. Dino Swap is, I'm going to switch over to the Matic network, right? The Dino Swap is on Matic, but if you notice, it's almost identical to PancakeSwap, right? The interface is very similar. So a lot of these developers, you can get a developer team together, they clone the code. I guess it's open source code, or wherever they get it. It's obviously available out there, right? They clone the code, and then they create their own DeFi site with smart contracts, and you can stake and farm and do all that cool stuff, right? But you have to do your research, right? Some of these are fly-by-night scams where the developers decide, well, let's just take everybody's money out of these smart contracts, right? They build like a back end into it. That's called a rug pull, right? And that is one form of cryptocurrency scam. That's pretty egregious, right? So you have to be careful where you, which sites you use, right? There's an aggregator that you can go to check DeFi Station, they show you the top sites, right? But just because they're top sites doesn't mean that they're completely honest. You don't know, right? You just you have to. It's buyer beware, right? So, like for example, Pancake Bunny was a great a site for increasing your earnings and your farming and all that stuff. But they got hit by an outside attack. It wasn't a rug pull. They got attacked by a flash loan exploit, and it crashed their price. So that can happen too. That's not really someone scamming me. It was someone scamming the site where I had some coins, but it wasn't really scamming me. But I did own some bunny tokens, right? So I was affected. But it wasn't something really that I fell for because I knew that PancakeSwap was a pretty decent site. It's just unfortunate, right? So there's a lot of pitfalls in the crypto world, right? But you might want to just make sure that if you hear about something on WhatsApp or Telegram or something like that, you want to do some research into it before you go, like, put your life savings in something like that, right? For that moonshot, right? But, it's a double-edged sword because, the moonshot is that risk, right? So you hear about something, you jump on it before it gets hot, like the gentleman that mentioned he was playing crypto blades and he's making $900 a day. If you get in on the ground floor, you can make some serious money, but you have to be careful because they could be exploited, they could be scammed, the developers could do a rug pull. There's so many, pitfalls. That is like above and beyond this whole the people getting scammed from their crypto, right? These are just basically confidence schemes that have been around since time immemorial. They promise you the world, they prey upon your greed and your fear, and they get you to trust them with personal information that they can use to steal crypto from you. Usually, that's what scammers do. They try to get your seed phrase or access to your account or your wallet or whatever. And a lot of times they'll come in and say they're going to help you. Like a lot of people accidentally lose crypto by losing access to their password or something like that. And so they're desperate for help. And these people prey on the weakness and the desperation of people that have lost crypto. And then they'll get them to pay them up front saying, oh, I'm going to recover your crypto for you. And that's a scam too, right? So if a flagship, they always say about scams, if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't, right? You should have a sense of when someone is trying to manipulate you, right? They're going to use techniques. They're going to play upon your greed, your fear, and then they'll also be time sensitive, right? You got to do it now. If you don't do it now, you might miss out. That is a classic scam. Right? They press you for time. They pressure you. It's time pressure. Do it now or you're going to lose out. Right? So anytime you're getting those kinds of messages, you should stop in your brain and step back a little bit and say to yourself, like, I'm being manipulated, right? Don't let other people manipulate you, either online or in person or, in a video or anything, right? Crypto is all about responsibility, right? And while we're on the subject, we're almost done tonight. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about relying on me to solve your issue. I mean, I'm here to do tutorials, to answer your problems, troubleshoot your questions, answer your questions, a lot of that. And that's what I do. But there are certain people out there that think that I'm going to save them. Like there's a gentleman that thinks I can help him recover his Bitcoin. I can't. I'm not like, I don't have a magic wand, right? And I've tried to help him. I say, look, you need to, just go to Ledger and add account. And obviously he hasn't even tried. He just keeps saying, please, please help. Call me. I'm like, I'm not going to call you. Like, you just need to, like, listen to what I'm explaining to you and do it yourself. The Lord helps those who help themselves, right? I don't know. It's not most people. It's that small minority of people that are so dependent on others that they think that they can't do it themselves. They got to find someone that's going to help them. And unfortunately, I get a lot of people that think I'm the one that's going to rescue them. And I can't. I can't rescue people. I can do my best. I can walk you through stuff. I can respond to your emails. I can respond to your comments on YouTube, but I'm not going to like come to your house and hold your hand and help you like set up your ledger, right? I'm just not, you know. Okay. So yeah, this is all entertainment. I am an entertainer. Oh, who said that? Right? That was Proximo in The Gladiator. Oliver Reed, the great, great Oliver Reed. Me, I'm an entertainer. Yes, I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Good luck, all you guys out there playing Axie Infinity. Not financial advice. Just, a slap on the back. I hope you guys do well out there. And if you have questions, shoot me an email. I think I mentioned earlier, if you just go down in the description, you can see my email is here for all to see. Please send me an email if you have a specific question you think I can help you with. I'll do my best to respond. And leave me comments. I know you can't leave comments in the live stream until after the fact, but if I didn't get to your question, and thank you, Dan, for helping out. Dan keeps his eyes peeled on that chat window, and I didn't see any spams tonight. Looked great, and but I could see that Dan was like helping some people that had questions and comments and that kind of stuff. I hope I was able to help you guys. And JDO is here. Cool. Good to have you again, JDO. Always good to have people that are loyal viewers and that want to help others. I know JDO has been in the trenches answering questions on several of my live streams, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate Buddy being here, and Scott, wherever you may be, probably making a cake or a pie or something like that. It's good to have you here. All right, guys, so I'm going to sign out. Let's see where we're at here. Don't forget, I do this this is my dirty Bitcoin shirt. I'm going to buy a new one. Let's get a new one. We do this every week. Join me again next week on the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click. That will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.